What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the You Know Ball podcast. I am your host, Trill Bro Dude, and once again, it is the most wonderful time of the year. We have the Cup connoisseur himself here to respect the NBA Cup, Mike Chiodo in the house. What's going on, Chiodo?
It's a big year. It's a big cup. We'll get into it, but I think this is going to be the most exciting cup yet.
I think so.
For a bunch of reasons, which I will get into, but it's going to be an interesting cup season.
Before we get into that, we do have to talk about the man himself, Michael Jordan, V. Wade, Victor Oladipo Wade. Many people are calling VJ Edgecomb the greatest thing that has ever happened to the city of Philadelphia and the sport of basketball. That is what I'm hearing. Those are the early returns on VJ Edgecomb's tenure with the Philadelphia 76ers. Chiodo, how does it feel to be so right about VJ Edgecomb? And then also see what's happening with Ace Bailey happening currently with the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, it feels very good. The Ace people have kind of disappeared. They're nowhere to be found right now. The Con people are winning, however. But
I wanted to talk for it.
It was Con Kneppel.
Solidarity.
It was Con Kneppel no matter what, even though VJ was the clear number one on my board. Okay?
Of course. Yes.
I just have to make that clear.
It's not retroactive at all.
Yeah. And you can go back and listen to that podcast. I made it clear, even though my name was Con. I logged in here for the pod, and my name was Con Kneppel no matter what. I was thinking about keeping it. Just to make it clear, like VJ was number one on my board. Yeah, the best way I would describe VJ so far is he's like if Michael Jordan was a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe this is happening. This is ridiculous.
It's actually kind of insane. I just want to point this out, which look, obviously Will's from the most impoverished fan base that we have, the Nets.
Famously the only team that the Sixers win agenda wars against.
Yes, exactly. That's the level that is happening here. He reached out to me and said, "Is this not the most Boston Celtics luck bullshit you've ever seen in your life?" Andre Drummond is basically the worst player in the NBA last year. Is so bad that he helps the Sixers get VJ Edgecomb just by completely tanking his minutes. And then after that, he comes back this year. And so far, only 2 games he's played in, not a ton of minutes so far. But so far, he has looked like kind of how he looked the first time he played with the Sixers, where he's just winning on the glass, creating extra possessions, setting good screens. Look, he still has his bozo Andre Drummond moments. He's Andre Drummond, but it is very turning the luck and the fate of the franchise feeling to get something like that going in our direction. And we're only a year removed from the Jared McCain breakout when, obviously he hasn't played a game this year, but he was looking like the best rookie in last class around this time last year. So it is kind of surreal to go from a team that was known for not having any guards who could dribble, pass, or shoot, and now having possibly 3 or 4 of them on the roster at once and making that your identity.
One could argue too many guards.
Too many guards, too much winning.
Look, Daryl saw all of our tweets from 2020 about just 4 guards and Embiid, and he committed to it. So
he committed to it. I don't know
that's actually happening.
I don't know if he committed to it in time, to be clear. I don't know if he committed to it.
Joel's gonna be fine.
All right, let's save the Joel talk for 1 second, because
we're not talking about Joel right now.
We're not going to talk about Joel. I want to talk about VJ. Every day I basically wake up and there is I was at the bar with Dan the other night and I said to him, I can't wait to wake up tomorrow morning and read a new stat that VJ did for the first time since Jordan or LeBron as a rookie. And I woke up the next day and I actually did get a stat that was since Magic Johnson and LeBron, that VJ had hit certain marks for points, rebounds, and assists through 2 games in the NBA. And it's one of those things where I like VJ a lot as a prospect. He was someone that I expected to come in and impact the game in a number of different ways. I thought he was going to be really good on the glass for a guard. I thought he was going to be a great team defender. I felt like he was a really nice connective piece for this offense to keep the ball moving, make the right plays. A lot of the stuff that he showed with both the Bahamas and with Baylor last year. But the thing that has really, obviously a few games in here, the thing that has really blown my mind is the fact that, like, he's not only taking pull-up jumpers, he's making pull-up jumpers. He can kind of get anywhere he wants on the court. And that's what I saw when I watched the Bahamas games, was this is a guy who just can get wherever he wants on the court when he's given a little bit of space. And these are the star qualities that you can build from. But I expected that would be like year 3 or 4. Like, to me, I thought he was going to be like a supercharged DeAnthony Melton as a rookie, where he's just like a crazy athlete who can, impact the game in ways that isn't just scoring. And then we get this, and he's actually come in and looked so far like legitimately like one of the higher end outcomes for what I thought his career was going to look like already.
Yeah, like you said, the Bahamas tape is what sold me on VJ as the pick, where I was already I was leaning towards him, but the Bahamas tape is what sold me. Okay, he does have some offensive upside that we can tap into with better spacing in the NBA game. I was thinking that, like, for when VJ was like 25.
Yeah,
we're 3 games 20. Into his career, and he's doing that. He's doing things that, like, that pull-up 3 he had last night, where he went behind the legs and pulled up. That's like, I was hoping that 25-year-old VJ could do that. Like, hoping, not saying he definitely could. It's like, in a best case scenario, 25-year-old VJ can do that. And he's played 3 games. So,
and he took really sure. he was confident enough to take another one and then take many pull-up jumpers throughout the night, which was even early. The first 2 games,
13 threes in the first game, I think.
I was good. Well, the volume of threes that he put up in the first game was crazy, and what they were doing in the first game has been different than what they did, especially last night, where the first game it was like, all right, let's create an advantage for VJ. Let's get him working off of an action, so we can get him downhill and he can just explode into the paint and either draw multiple defenders and kick it out, or try to finish around the basket, draw a foul, whatever. Second game, you saw a little bit more of that. He was functioning a little bit off the ball. They, once again, where his, where the low-hanging fruit for him was off the catch, was in transition. And last night, against an Orlando Magic team that hasn't been good defensively so far to start this year, but certainly of the teams that we've played so far, has the best defensive personnel of any of these teams. He came out and was looking like confident in the shot. He took another pull-up 3 that didn't go in, but looked great. And then he made many floaters and mid-rangers throughout the course of this game. And through 3 games has averaged 25 points. I think it's 25, 6, and 5. He's the first rookie guard in NBA history to put up those stats through 3 games. Like, it is a surreal feeling to watch him do this when I didn't expect this at all.
Him and Maxey have scored the most points as a starting backcourt since they've started tracking starters.
That's crazy.
In the first 3 games. Like, this guy was supposed to be a raw offensive prospect.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
It's insane. It is. It's insane when you consider, like you said, he was supposed to be raw. The handle was always going to be a work in progress. And to be clear, I still think the handle is a work in progress. He really is super right hand dominant right now. And it's something that he will work on over the course of his career. We've already seen him get better at things in 3 games. We saw him get better at things from summer league till now. We saw him get better from, last season at Baylor until now. He's seemingly always making improvements and making leaps in his game. But I still think that we're going to get the games where one of the mid-range or the floater isn't working. But once again, like, the things that he can fall back on are all of the role player things that he was sold on, basically. Like, we know that if he isn't scoring, it doesn't mean he's a complete zero in a game. And so far, he's figured out a way to do both. And that has been the thing to me. Like, I mean, just from a pure statistical perspective, he's been outstanding. From an impact perspective, he's been outstanding. And then on top of that, Nick Nurse has played him 40 minutes in every single game as a rookie.
Nick Nurse has got I know we're.
Let's calm it down a little bit. When we get McCain back,
we have a lot of depth right now, but
yeah,
I would say when Hunter Salas came the game the other night, I was wow. Kyle Lowry's really just there. Like,
yeah,
Do you think Kyle Lowry puts a uniform on under the warm-up suit? I really wonder.
Yeah, he has his Amazon Prime sponsored logo on his warm-up jersey. No, he doesn't. He's not going to play real minutes unless there's like multiple injuries, knock on wood, this season. I can't imagine a scenario where he sees the floor, but he's making probably more than an assistant coach would with his NBA salary. And like you said,
he's got his Amazon Prime salary.
Yep, he's got his Amazon Prime salary going for him. And the thing that I have just been, I don't want to say like surprised. I'm not surprised by anything in terms of, other than VJ, obviously, everyone else on the team so far. This is the kind of revenge comeback season I expected Maxey to have after last year and the way he was posting in the offseason. He's leading the NBA in points for anyone who's played in all of their games. Luke has only played in half of the Lakers games. He has more points, but Maxey's averaging 37 points per game so far to start this season. Kind of been lost in the shuffle until he took over at the end of the Magic game last night, mainly due to the fact that he is, playing in a backcourt with the historically good rookie for the second straight year. And the thing with Maxey this year, it looks like he definitely worked a ton on two things. The self-creation, the bag has definitely come back a little bit more refined. And then the interior passing, like he's been willing to throw up lobs. And he's been getting downhill at will and drawing fouls. He's averaging 10 free throws per game so far. And I've just been blown away by how much fun this Sixers team is. Like, they just play with pace. They have a ton of creation, a ton of shooting. And, look, Kelly Oubre is playing at an absurd level as well. I am tempted not to say anything nice about Kelly because every time I do, it reverses back and he gets hit by a car. So I don't want that to happen. But the way that everyone has been able to contribute, just so much scoring, so much creation, so much shooting. And then on top of that, just like a ton of guys with high motors. And I don't even think that any of the forwards have played particularly well so far. And they're still winning these games.
No, and like the thing that really has stuck out is the high motors. I mean, when you compare last year and really during this whole run, like even when they were good, you just didn't have guys flying around going up for rebound. Like that's just never what they were about. And that's been so refreshing, even if those guys aren't very good that are doing it, like Jabari Walker, not very good.
No, Jabari Walker is, I mean, that guy is like a sub NBA athlete. Like I don't see a way in which he's going to get a real contract with the Sixers, but Barlow, maybe
I like Don Barlow.
One game, 1.5 games or whatever he played. He looked okay. We get Trendon Watford back tonight. We'll see him. But like you said, I mean, Kelly's been great energy wise. Bona's heart's in the right place a lot of the time. He's a bit of a bonehead sometimes.
Bona it's either like going Showtime mode with all the blocks and like blocking like 5 blocks in a quarter, or he either has 5 blocks or 5 fouls in a quarter.
He's literally higher variance Robert Williams is what I've come to determine with Bona, where I knew Sam's ears were going to perk up when I said that. Bona is basically like either the prime amazing Robert Williams game or the worst Robert Williams game you've ever seen in your life, where he's just out of positions for rebounds, chasing blocks. He's consistently fouling. He's not able to stay on the court. And then you have the other side of the spectrum, which is what he did at the beginning of the Magic game last night, where he had 4 blocks in the first 3 minutes of the game, I think, and was just swung it.
With every bonus stint, I go back and forth on him. Like on Saturday night, I was ready just to Drum God's the backup center. Drum God is back. And then he does what he did last night. Drum God and Bona is an incredible backup center tandem.
It's great because it is just complete opposite.
How funny they are.
Yeah.
Just how funny they are.
Well, you're basically just taking it's a 50-50 shot every night. You're just hoping that you get, hopefully Joel can get up to 30 minutes a game here. And one of these two guys can make it work on a regular basis. You can kind of platoon them. I think there are even some lineups you can get away with playing double bigs. Like I was skeptical on that in the preseason, but with the amount, especially when McCain and Paul George are back, right now we're getting I know they have this incredible offense, and they're I think Clean Glass has them as the number 3 offense in the NBA right now. In the games that I'll get to this in a second, but when VJ and Maxey are on the court, they have by far the best offense in the NBA so far because they're just playing at like this relentless pace, and they're just fucking running teams off the court. But I just want to say that like even right now, we're creating extra possessions on the glass. We are turning teams over. We're running. We're just going. There still are some possessions where they're creating, and then it ends in a Jabari Walker or a Dom Barlow corner 3. And I don't think any of those have gone in so far this year.
No.
And I think we're the worst corner 3-point shooting team in the NBA, despite being.
Now that I don't remember them making a corner 3 this year.
Because we have think about who we have spacing. We have those two. We have Drummond sometimes there. Like
Drummond took a corner 3 last night.
Yeah, like we don't have anyone that. So the reason I bring this up is we have to talk about, just before we move on from the Sixers, we have to talk about how we reintegrate all these guys into the lineup, because McCain, I don't worry about McCain at all. Like McCain's going to fit this style of play perfectly. He loves to run up and down. He's kind of someone we desperately need to be like in the corner and running actions for. Kelly actually probably has hit some corner 3s.
Yeah,
he's probably been the only one on the whole team though. Who has
legit, because I don't remember Maxey. Maxey's never in the corner. I think VJ hit 1 or 2.
Maybe, but they're like not like, when I think of corner 3s, I think of like the Danny Green corner 3.
I'm just like literally talking. I can't remember anyone hitting a corner 3 in any context.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about the PJ Tucker corner 3. Like it's not to say that they're not hitting it from not just above the break, but most of their 3s have come from above the break, with Maxey and VJ and Grimes especially has been, shooting a ton of pull-up 3s. But the reason I say this is that I think McCain's going to be totally fine reintegrating. I think he'll fit this style of play perfectly. The Embiid thing is like, he looked horrendous the first game back in a way that wasn't like a normal bad Joel Embiid game.
Yeah, it's even as the biggest Joel defender, like Joel is always bad in openers, but like he'll still put up 23 and 10.
Yeah,
and he'll just look horrible. But
his defense will be fine. He'll just be gassed.
Yeah. He was really like, Boston looked like that Brooklyn game the last game he played, that Brooklyn game, where it really looked over.
Yeah.
To be honest, I wasn't as locked in for Saturday as I would have liked to have been. So
he looked better. Okay. He looked great in the first quarter offensively. Like he was being aggressive. He got Kalkbrenner in foul trouble immediately. The athleticism is still, leaves a lot to be desired, but he was doing the right things on offense to start that game. He was very clearly made it a point. Having said that, the defense is like,
I'm not sure how they're going to.
I don't know how it works. I just I want to give him 5 to 10 games to get his feet under him, to get back. Hopefully this is like I haven't played at game speed. I'm still readjusting. I'm exhausted every single night I'm out there, and I'm not moving super well on either end right now. The minutes where VJ and Maxey have played without Joel, they're like by far the best team in the NBA. Like they're like destroying teams so far. Obviously cakewalk schedule, but like real NBA teams. And the minutes that they play with Joel, he's been sinking them because it's just a different style of play, and the defense isn't near. I mean, the defense is like, I think it was like a 145 defensive rating, which is horrendous. I mean, the worst defensive rating in the NBA is the Nets, who have like a 130 defensive rating and have just been getting clobbered by teams to start the year. So that is the thing that I'm looking at when they play the Wizards tonight in the coming games. Can Joel figure it? Because if he can figure out even to get away to, he's passable defensively. He's deterring shots at the basket. He's able to end possessions with rebounds because he has not been rebounding the ball at all. And that's probably why they signed all these Energy 4 guys in the offseason, these guys who can hopefully win on the glass, and they try to get better at rebounding in general. But that's the thing that I look for. I think the offense is like, Joel will be effective as a hub no matter
Mhm.
what. Like he could have one leg and be effective as a hub on offense. The
Well, once he
defense is
gets
the thing that I'm worried about.
the offense basically comes down to when he gets that little midi back, and he had it last year for that stretch in December.
Mhm.
And once that happens, like once he gets that midi back, everything else falls into place. The defense, like against Boston, Jaylen Brown was just going right at him, finishing at the rim.
That's
How
the
many
thing.
times?
Even
Like
when
how many
he was
times
bad,
over the
even
yeah,
when
like
he
how
was
many
like bad Joel, that never happened.
like how many times over the year would Jaylen Brown try that exact same thing and Joel would just block it, or Jaylen Brown would have to pass it out? Like
Yeah.
that was pretty telling. He mistimed one of his like classic like fake outs when he lets the guy go in and
Mhm.
fools him and show up and blocks it. Mistimed that like 3 times against Boston, I feel like. Like he just doesn't, on top of not being on the move, he just doesn't look comfortable on defense.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm really looking forward to, like seeing over the next few weeks and hoping that it can get better. Paul George, on the other hand, like, I think that Paul George, the way that I've seen Maxey play to start this year, I'm just throwing out last year.
Yeah.
It is hard for me to separate with Paul George because I really I despise watching him play basketball last year. It was not a fun experience. But also we were playing him with the corpses of, half of those guys either aren't in the NBA or they're not in rotations. Even the ones that are left.
I think with Paul George, we just have to forget that he makes $40 million. Like on this team,
Not again.
I don't know. I'm in on Paul George.
Paul George comeback.
There we go.
It's going to be a revenge Paul George season. This 13-8-4 season is going to be special.
I tried to just sit there because I knew that eventually you guys, like talking your way through this, we would get to this end point.
So here's my thing with Paul George. I don't know if he can play this like fast up and down style at all at this point in his career.
I do know.
Not the Tobias argument. I just got to point out in the comments, it's not the Tobias argument because when Tobias was here, we didn't have Maxey, who's like looks like a top 15 player.
I was going to say we didn't. Yeah. Yes, like, I was going to say this team.
Tobias can't defend like Paul George ideally can.
Well, I actually didn't think George's defense was that bad last year. It was really just the offense that drove me insane.
I thought it was really good before he quit.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the thing I want to see from Paul George is, can we get him to be, what he was with the Clippers 2 years ago, where he's taking maybe the highest volume in his career off the catch that he ever took from 3. Not someone who's on the ball a ton, but occasionally can kind of come on and off the ball. And then just try really hard on defense. Like that's really all I ask from him. And honestly, it seems, I don't know if Kelly keeps playing like this, there's no way that you can.
He's not going to. I mean,
he's not. I know he's not. But what I'm saying is that if Kelly keeps playing like this until Paul George gets back, I think you have to just roll with that lineup and say Paul George is the 4. If Kelly goes back to being a little bit of old Kelly and is probably better suited as like an energy bench guy, plugging Paul George into that role and then keeping. My thing is that I think this team needs a real 4. So whether it's Trendon Watford or Dom Barlow, they need someone who's going to do dirty work and like let everyone else cook around them. And then we'll see what we have from there. So those are all my thoughts on the Sixers right now. I literally was like, can we get this podcast underway here so that I can go watch them? Because I haven't been this excited to watch the Sixers probably since.
I'm also excited because we got Trendon Watford hoops tonight.
Yeah, someone said I'm very excited for Trendon Watford's debut. My favorite NBA player who sounds like an English soccer player, or an English soccer organization, I believe. Trendon Watford.
Yeah, I can see it.
So I'm very excited to watch him. But someone said, were you not having fun watching the Sixers destroy the whole league 2 years ago when we first got Nick Nurse and Maxey made the league? But it's like, I get it, but also like Joel was slowly dying that season. And
that
on top of it
was awesome.
It was awesome.
What was it? 45 games? Like,
yeah. But remember, Joel was like in and out of the lineup in December. And then
that's what people forget. January, something was going on. Like even as the 70-point game was happening, he was questionable every game. He missed a couple games. You had the Denver thing. Something was clearly going on.
And the Harden thing had just happened. Plus, we had the whole cloud of, are they going to make another trade and mess whatever's going on up? Like, there was so much shit happening. Now this is just like this is risk-free fun basketball.
There was just so much pressure that year because Embiid, you had that season with Embiid. You didn't know how long it was going to last. The East was kind of open that year. I know Boston was dominating, but like after Boston, there was nobody. This year, and it's probably going to get to a point this year, considering how bad the East is, if they keep playing like this. Like, if they lose a game, they lose a game. Like, if they lose to the Wizards tonight, they lose to the Wizards tonight.
It's a house money season.
2 years ago, when they lost to the Wizards on the road, it's a meltdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, essentially, your guys' 3 best players, like on the roster, are a guy on a baby max, and then 2, like a rookie and a second-year player. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what this is about.
It's the start of something new.
Like
that's what I'm saying.
The Sixers are legitimately at a point right now where if Joel Embiid looks like Joel Embiid, it's a bonus.
Yeah,
that's what I was just gonna say. I think that's why this feels different, because like you guys like. You obviously like beat the Celtics, like, and Joel was like actively throwing, like that. He was actively sabotaging the Sixers that game, and you guys still won. So like, I think that is the encouragement that kind of no matter what happens with Joel Embiid, you are going to have like a real team. Like,
it's all upside at this point. Is kind of just the way that I'm looking at it. Like, and that's the first time that I could say this since the 17-18 season, where it's just like a fun new thing. Where like they performed way above expectations. I don't know what level this team is going to reach, but it is just, once again, the fun new start to a new era of Sixers basketball. And I just pray to God that they can come up with some way to make Joel even somewhat normal so that he can be a part of it.
Can I go real quick? Because I want to like triple underline this, because I feel like there's just a lot of the tweet, man, you be saying things so definitely, man, I think it depends. Like things change so fast in the fucking NBA. Like last offseason, like the people were like, I think Ringer people were picking last season that like the Sixers were the most hopeless situation in the NBA
during the season. No, people were hyped preseason, remember?
Okay.
Because we just got Paul George. We thought Embiid was going to be back.
Do you mean like this offseason?
Oh yeah, I mean like this offseason. Yeah.
By the way, it was absurd.
The Waz thing.
Yeah, it was absurd, but like multiple people had them like in their bottom 5, and I was like, man, look, I get it, but like it's not. I
was saying this all at the second half of last year when I got why people were miserable, but I was also like, did you guys watch McCain earlier this year? And if we can get this pick, everything changes.
Yeah, they salvaged something out of a situation that sucked last year, and now it feels like it's sort of, once again, when we were comparing them to these other teams, like we tried to warn people about how, basically what Will said to me earlier today was like, the people who aren't full sickos don't realize how screwed teams are, like the Phoenix Suns, for example.
Yes, exactly.
Where like the Phoenix Suns, like there's nothing they can do. They don't have their picks. They have one good player on their team, and they have no financial flexibility, nothing. The Sixers always had these few things to grab onto, and even if Embiid couldn't play, you just ride out a few years and you figure something out down the line when these guys are a little bit more primed to potentially, compete, whether it's for the championship or in the Eastern Conference or whatever. So, I mean, this is just kind of proof of concept of what we were saying before.
And like he only played 15 games, so I get why people weren't locked in on. But what McCain did last year was like truly special, and we'll see how it looks when he comes back, hopefully in the next week or two. But like that was like last year, I never got as down as other people just because of that reason, just because of what I saw from McCain. Like that was franchise changing to me.
Yeah, no, totally agree. He was unbelievable. I really hope that he can stay healthy this year.
And they got Dwayne Wade in the draft 6 months later.
So
dude, something, I think Embiid dying ship was like karmically like fixed everything. Like now we're like now everything's good.
Someone said this the other night. It was the Embiid sacrifice during the stream.
I really think it.
BJ Edgecomb.
Like we got McCain at 16, who looks like Steph Curry. We keep Edgecomb. We get the third pick and get Edgecomb. Cooper Flagg looks like Caleb Williams. Like,
okay, all right. Let's keep it.
I was thinking the most Sixers thing ever would have been us getting the first pick and Flagg looking like Flagg will be fine, but like Flagg looking like this and all of us having to cope.
The Luka trade might have put 100-year curse, the curse of bad Nico.
So, like I could like visualize myself coming on here tonight and just like coping about how it's only been 3 games. Flagg is fine as ZJ is doing this in Brooklyn or something.
I do want to be clear. I've had fun making fun of Cooper Flagg over the last week. He's going to be totally fine. Like he's the youngest player in the NBA. They put him into a shitty situation.
You don't think him starting at point guard as a power forward
that is
a good idea?
It's so dumb. I
don't know how.
I don't mind trying that kind of stuff when you've gotten a little bit of experience under your belt and you want to try some shit out. And
it's like a Mickey Mouse March thing to do.
Yes, when it's the end of your rookie season, and it's something that you can kind of just like, this is a good transition to talk about these rookies, because when you get into, I talked about it a little bit on the Overreactions podcast when Flagg I think he had 2 games so far. And he was bad in the first game. It was against Wemby and the Spurs, who have been unbelievable so far to start this year. And I was basically like,
Wemby has been
Wemby, yes, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, Castle played good. Yeah, Castle played really good defense in that game on Flagg too. But the thing that I was trying to get at was basically like, we have a history of even guys having like bad rookie seasons and still turning out to be Hall of Fame level players. You see the flashes throughout those seasons. You have the moments. I think Kevin Durant is probably the most famous example of someone who was just put into a role that wasn't particularly good for him. They played him as the shooting guard / like lead creator on that Sonics team when they were tanking back during his rookie season. And he could still score and he had moments of brilliance, but like, he was not the Kevin Durant that we knew he would become once he put on some weight, some strength. The thing with Flagg is like, it's very obvious what you need him to do. Like if I were the Mavericks, I would use him functioning in the half court like he were that guy on the Trailblazers or Jalen Johnson or something like that, where he's like more of like like a passing hub where you can use him in the high post. You can get him into advantages created for him. It's not necessarily something where he just has to take the ball at the top of the key and try to drive into the teeth of the defense and create everything for himself. If you watch Flagg at Duke, you know that's not his game. Like his game is like he got better at all that stuff, and by the end of the year, he was that guy, and I think he will get much better throughout the course of this year. But the thing is that he was playing on a team that had really good spacing, that had a great lob threat in Malawach, that had really good secondary creators in Kanon and Sion James and Tyrese Proctor, and now you're putting him on this team with 2 bigs where the spacing is fucking terrible. And Anthony Davis is starting at the 4, and there's all these politics going on where they can't bench Clay, and you can't bring PJ Washington off the bench because even though like D'Lo starting would make a lot more sense until Kyrie got back, like that team's just a fucking mess.
Yeah, there's no way they could get anyone anywhere near as good as Sion James to put around Cooper Flagg.
Oh, actually, I was just thinking that I don't know if you remember this, the pick that we used on Broom was traded to the Sixers in the Quentin Grimes, Caleb Martin trade. Oh which was very close to the Sion James pick. It was legitimately like a few picks after the Sion James pick.
He looks pretty good. I mean, no, I was just clowning him a little bit, but he's actually looked pretty good, I thought.
No. And once again, college is just, it's apples to oranges when you're talking about role players in college versus role players in the NBA. And like Sion has looked good in his bench role for the Hornets. But my point on this whole thing was like, Dallas is just a tire fire of an organization right now. Like it's easy to dunk on them because of everything that's happened over the last 6 months to a year. But like, it is just, how could you not, you saw it on draft night when he got drafted. Do you remember draft lottery night. Do you remember the stream when it was like very obvious that he wanted to go to the Sixers or the Spurs?
He wanted to go to the Sixers.
And he was pissed.
We didn't get him.
Yeah. Little did I know that we were going to get Michael Jordan Wade at pick number 3. But the thing that I'm trying to say here is like basically like he never wanted to go to that team in the first place, and it will be fine. It will work itself out. I don't really worry about the long-term ramifications of this. But just if you want to put a guy into a situation where he can succeed, they're not doing a great job of it. And I think this is going to be something that has some real growing pains for him during his rookie season because of it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I do kind of like want to point out, I think Dallas like has kind of had like a really insane schedule. Like they've played the Thunder, they've played Wemby and the Spurs, like well, just Wemby, who's like a world beater, you know, like
and he destroyed the Raptors defense, which has been terrible to start the year. But that's what I expect to see those kind of games. The half court stuff, I think is going to take a lot of time. The transition stuff, he's going to be one of the best transition players in the NBA already.
Yeah, I mean they've already started like working D'Lo into the lineups. Like they weren't like playing D'Lo like early in the year, which was insane. Like
and D'Lo's actually one of the better outlet passers in the NBA as well.
What I'm saying, like D'Lo actually does kind of make perfect sense for this particular configuration. I was blown away they like were not playing him in like the first two games. But like,
yeah, I don't really understand why you wouldn't want to get as many. And once again, I'm not the biggest D'Lo guy in the world. I don't think he's
for like a playoff series. Like, you don't want D'Lo starting at point guard in your playoff series. In this situation where you're waiting for Kyrie Irving to come back, like, yes, you
need some perimeter creation that can put a little bit of pressure on the defense and make the right plays. And once again, the big thing I've talked about is like, do they have anyone that can get Flagg into his spots? Like, because that's the thing that he's going to need to figure out before he can become more of an on-ball guy is like, can I get a post up? Can I get, a dribble handoff, whatever? And he needs to have someone that he can work with. And right now it's like, you going to do that with Anthony Davis?
House. He needs a real point guard. He needs a real point guard. They should go get Tyus Jones. Looks like a bad fit for the Magic. Maybe they should go get Tyus Jones.
How many years did I spend on this podcast saying that is the dumb guy fix for every fucking team, and how insane it drove me when everyone was like, the Sixers just need to go get Tyus Jones, a real point guard
on the Sixers.
I actually am kind of surprised. A 6-foot guard who only farms assist to turnover ratio metrics, like. I'm kind of surprised Daryl didn't get him at one point.
Isn't Trey Jones kind of cooking this year?
Trey Jones has been good, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, get ready to learn Tyus
brother.
Jones. Yeah, 5 years ago, discourse buddy.
But no, that was something that always drove me insane. I mean, we were even just a year ago, and I was like, Phoenix and Orlando getting him was fine in theory, like just to eat minutes during the regular season, but like. It just every year it was the fix for every team was to go get Tyus Jones, who has never been more than like an average rotation player, and just happens to be a small pass first point guard, which is just it drives me insane. Anyway, so the other rookies that I wanted to talk about in this class, let's talk about your boy Kanon, Chiodo. Special stuff.
I'm joining the bandwagon, by the way. Hornets build. No. I'm here late.
Gatekeeping. That might be gatekeeping.
You can't kick me off. You can't kick me off.
Some people are saying the best quirked up white boy from the Duke team last year.
Oh, a lot of people are saying that. Can Flagg do it without Con? I don't know.
We saw Con do it without Flagg in the ACC tournament. Is all I'm saying.
Yes, we did.
Dude,
does Duke win the Natty if Flagg stays out? They might.
With that Ewing theory, the greatest Ewing theory we never got to see. I gotta say, Con has been fucking electric for the Hornets, for my Charlotte Hornets. I guess what I'm really impressed. The finishing really has not been that. It's nothing like Reed. I was expecting something like Reed, like in terms of like the finishing. He like knows how to use his body. Like
I know that's what I was saying.
Yeah, like
this is not people got so new. Like, oh, this is Corey Kispert. No, he knows what to do. Like he scored in so many creative ways at Duke if you really watched it. Yeah, like, I'm sorry.
And he's also, by the way, the Corey Kispert thing. He's a much better defender than Corey Kispert. Like
because
I was worried about that.
I was that guy. Like when I first started, like when the Sixers were obviously bad, first started looking, I was like, this guy's like just another Corey Kispert. And then I watched him. It's like, oh, this guy is talented. Like he's scoring in like a multitude of ways, like a 3-level score. Like no,
Every outcome that I think about for these guys, like for example, like VJ, I was like, oh man, maybe he could be like a Victor Oladipo type. And I'm watching him and I'm like, oh, he's kind of like already like a Victor Oladipo type. And then with Khan, I'm like, I remember being like, he could be like a Bogdanovich. And I'm watching him as a rookie and I'm like, he kind of already looks like that. Like
better than Bogdan already.
Yeah.
That's my thing. My thing with Khan is I expected his rookie year to be kind of a disaster while he like figured out, because he's not athletic. Like and I thought he like wouldn't be able to figure out the shooting. He's like not bothered at all by guys in his face. He gets that fucking up. Like the length has not bothered him at all. Like I don't think I've seen him get his like 3-pointer like blocked at all yet. And he's just been kind of fucking electric. Like, I don't know. I'm all in on Khan. I think, can I just say, I'm going to stake out a corner right here before somebody beats me to it. I think this is like the best rookie class I can remember. Like early returns. So many impactful, like good players.
I was thinking about it. 2021 was really good, but a few of those guys were slow starters. Also had Cade was a slow starters.
Yeah.
Flagg is a slow starter. Yeah, I was gonna say Cade is starting this year extra slow, to put it lightly. Then there's that class had Mobley out the gate was incredible. Yeah. Franz was really good as a rookie. And then a few guys that kind of showed some things that they didn't really get to show. Şengün was really good as a rookie. Trey Murphy was really good as a rookie. Herb Jones was really good as a rookie. It reminds me kind of that class in that, like, I would say the highs from the younger guys like Harper, VJ, whatever, have been higher so far, like because they're more offensively tilted players, whereas Mobley was like a defensive wizard who was good on offense. And Şengün took a little bit of time, but was very clearly good from instantly pretty much his rookie year. But the thing that I look at with this class is like all of these guys are just living up to expectations or having moments in a way that I didn't expect to see this early. Even guys that like haven't looked good in the regular season look good in preseason. And that might not necessarily matter for right now, but that's something that you can glom onto for a year from now.
Like Fears and Queen didn't look like disasters. Like they looked like rookies.
I think Queen's a disaster. I think he's so bad on defense. I mean, he fouls way too much. Look, rookie fouling, whatever. What I'm saying, fine, but like that was the thing with Queen that has always scared me is the defense that I just do not see a way that, to me, I think the people that were calling him rookie the new Jahlil Okafor, just a different version. I'm feeling somewhat strong about that opinion after watching him in the NBA.
He's got more feel than Jahlil Okafor ever.
That's not disrespectful. I don't think it matters. Jahlil Okafor had a better start to his career than Derek Queen.
I was going to say Jahlil Okafor could rebound.
First week, Jahlil Okafor first week of the season, that was special. Special hoops.
But I'm just talking about, like, look at this. Like, I think Cedric Coward has like a 90 true shooting right now.
Okay, Cedric Coward is the next guy I wanted to talk about. Because Coward was one of those guys. I think I had him like 11 on my board, maybe 12, which is right around the range he went in the draft. He is the most plug and play player from this draft, which I thought was going to be like VJ, him.
Kalkbrenner is also a plug and play guy, but like I just don't think
he's close to the level of these guys.
He's not, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of a plug and play, I don't expect Kalkbrenner to get any better.
Sure. Yeah. I think Kalkbrenner's just going to be a good backup in the NBA. Like, that's kind of always been my thing with him. He's massive and he can, deter shots around the basket. He's going to be a really good rebounder. And he's skilled enough on offense that he can make it work. Having said that, like, Coward is someone that I expected to be good as a rookie, but the reason I wanted to bring him up was because he's been electric to start the year, like not missing shots, legitimately firing out the gate, showing some of that on-ball stuff that he showed his last year at Washington State, and in a very small sample. And this was such a big bet from the Grizzlies because this is half of the Desmond Bane trade almost. Like, this is the beginning of it, and Bane has started very bad with the Magic so far. Like, that team's a mess. I think they'll figure it out, but like the early returns have been very bad. The reason I wanted to bring this up, Coward, they used 2 of the picks from the Desmond Bane trade to go get Coward. Mm-hmm. So that was a real risk that their front office took, but it's very obvious why they did it, because Coward is just a plug and play starter already with potentially even more upside, even though he's 22. I know most wings suck their first few years in the NBA. Like, I don't even care that he's 22. Like, there are older wings that have come in that have reached really high heights in the NBA. Chris Middleton was older when he came into the NBA. Jalen Williams was a little bit older when he came into the NBA. Wings are garbage when they're 18 to 20 usually, unless you were legitimately like a Hall of Fame level guy. So the reason that I bring this up is that Cedric Coward could be easily in a year or two, like the second best player on the Grizzlies. Ja Morant, I'm certainly worried about him.
It's over.
It's Jover. He does not look unless it's just like, I haven't played basketball in a while. The shooting is like non-existent. He does not look nearly as bursty and as vertical. The rebounding has he used to be like a really good guard rebounder, like 5 or 6 a game. He's had like 2 rebounds a game to start the year. Like, I'm very concerned about him, but the reason why they traded Bane was because they didn't want to commit to that Ja, Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr. core anymore. And they took a bet on a guy like Cedric Coward, who's been incredible to start his career. Really good defender, can handle the ball. Everything has translated instantly with him in a way that he was the mystery box player in this class, where it was like, I could see it going one of 2 ways. I liked him a lot, but I could have seen, just because we really didn't have a lot of information to work with. But yeah, no, he's been awesome to start. Like, if I had to make a bet on the guy, like, because we talked about Chuck talked him up on the podcast when we talked about him. Vicini, I think, said of all the guys that aren't drafted at the top of this draft, Cedric Coward is the most likely to make an all-star team. Like, he had his guys in his corner, right? So far, to me, it's like the top 3 and then Coward in terms of like, I think Khan's going to be a very good NBA player. Don't get me wrong. I think the level of player that he reaches is not going to be the same level that these other guys reach, is what I'm trying to get at. I think that there's a world where Khan is one of the 6 or 7 best players from this draft. But if he isn't scoring, which he has been doing to start, he's a great passer, and he's just a smart player, and he's a solid defender, even though he doesn't look like it. He doesn't affect the game all that much otherwise. Like, he doesn't get steals, he doesn't get blocks, he doesn't get rebounds like that. Like, that's the difference to me, whereas all these other guys have ancillary skills that they can impact the game even when they aren't scoring.
Con FC is going to remember this. Con Kniffel will be the 3rd best player from this draft class.
So 1 VJ, 2 who else?
Flagg,
Con 3.
Yeah, have to keep it somewhat realistic.
Do we want to talk about Harper? Because that was the other guy I had on my list. We'll talk more about these rookies
Harper looks good,
later.
But he's not Con.
Harper, unironically, Harper does have Wemby, which I think does kind of remove some of the concerns I have. All of my concerns with Harper are more about Harper as a playoff level guard. That is not. I'm not worried about 82 game Dylan Harper. Yeah. But I just had him a little bit lower just because I worry when guards can't shoot. You've got to be so fucking good to be a guard that can't shoot, that is important in the playoffs. And
he hasn't really put up a lot of threes so far. He's 3 of 9 in his first 4 games in the NBA. Everything else is pretty much instantly translated. The paint pressure around the basket, he's fantastic. And even in the first few games we've seen, like, Jonathan was in our chat the other night being like, why does he keep looking off Wemby? And then the next game he had like 9 assists. So he is going to be like, if you want to bet on someone as like the jumbo playmaker, rim pressure guy from this draft, he feels like a pretty good bet to make on living up to the hype because of that. To me, the ceiling is always going to be related to the pull-up jumper, though, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, and not just from 3. Like, I think he needs to have an in-between game, which I know that the shots just need to go in for him. Like, he can create his own shot. He can get to wherever he wants. He's a really electric,
massive,
super fluid, very like SGA Harden style movements in his game. With he plays kind of with the pace of Cade at times. Like he's someone who is going to be. I thought he was super pro ready. He got drafted into the perfect situation, and they've just been destroying teams in Wemby and Harper's minutes, which is a good sign. What happens when De'Aaron Fox comes back, though, is my question.
Well, here, so this is what I'm gun to your head, okay? De'Aaron Fox for Michael Porter Jr. Do you do it?
Yeah, because I'm getting off the contract of Michael Porter Jr. only has a year after this.
I'm like kind of not joking for that reason. Like,
he said it the second they signed that contract. We're like, this is a disaster, and it is even because Fox isn't good. It was literally like we all recognize that Fox is a good player, but it's just you're giving. He has the 8th largest contract in the NBA now. When you have Wemby on the scam rookie deal, you have Harper on his scam deal.
You might have 2 guys who are better than him in like 2 years playing the same position, like let's say, or at least fit better around Wemby.
If I had to make a bet and they trade one of these guys for a forward or a wing just to make, because like Wemby is good enough that they can win now. Like Wemby is good enough. He's made the leap.
Wemby is going to win the title by himself this year. The Spurs are dog ass, and it doesn't matter.
I look at this situation and I go, I want to see what we have here. But if I had to make a estimated bet here, like put money down on it, I would put down money that we are seeing Castle get traded, because the Fox contract is just massive and he's still a good player that will be good. And then Harper is just going to be him in a few years. So I think you keep the Harper Wemby pairing together. Castle, you probably upgrade him for like a forward or a wing. That just makes more sense with Fox and Harper. And you run those two as your main creators all the time with Wemby, and you're cooking with gas. Like they could trade Castle, Sohan picks in a contract and get a really good player. I don't know who that player is. That's the problem, is like we don't really know who's available. But if we get to learn, I wouldn't trade it for Michael Porter Jr. or whatever. Like I would trade. I'm saying Castle, Sohan. I'm saying that package. I wouldn't trade that for a Michael Porter Jr. level player. But what I'm saying is that, like, to me, they could win the championship this year with this version of Wemby. Like, I think Wemby's that good already. Like, I genuinely don't think it's an exaggeration to say that they could. Like, he is the best player in the world right now. It's crazy. But anyway, so those are the rookies I wanted to discuss. Let's get into the NBA Cup. We will talk about Trey Johnson later. I apologize to Wizards fans. I know Sam will want to talk about him. We'll get to watch him a little bit more tonight. He's been electric as well. This class is really, really good.
The Ace people are really having a rough first 3 days. They really are. I mean, Ace everyone. Like Trey,
it's especially bad when you have the preseason that Ace had, where he plays amazing in the first 2 games and then comes into this season and is getting benched and can't crack the rotation after, some mistakes that he made, rookie mistakes. And then all the other rookies are balling out. But if I were the Jazz, I would be begging Ace to play more, only because it would help our chances at getting the top 3 in the next draft.
Then they'll just fall to 5 in the lottery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe they're not playing that game anymore because of what just happened, to be honest. All right. Let's start with the Western Conference NBA Cup. It's Cup time.
Okay.
It's the reason for the season.
The reason for the season.
I'll get to when we do the East. I'll get to why I think this is the most interesting, the most fascinating cup ever. The West is fairly straightforward, I feel like. So we'll start in West Group A. I got records for everybody, so I'll just go down the list. West Group A, pretty boring group to me, especially with the Ant injury. If Ant didn't get hurt, will be more interesting. But with the Ant injury, it's just pretty boring group. Thunder are going to go 4-0. They'll rack up the point differential. They'll run away with the 1 seed in the West. Wolves go 3-1, and then Kings, Suns, Jazz all go 1-3.
So wait, you're saying Wolves go 3-1 Ewing theory? Because isn't Ant out for the first 2 games?
Yes.
Yeah, but they're going to be playing the Kings, Suns, and Jazz.
It's Kings, Suns, Jazz. I don't understand why they put the 3 bad West teams in one.
Well, it's division. Just random. It's just random on the pots.
but like
They would never rig that.
Group
That's why
C,
I would. Yeah, but I would like. I think teams got to focus on this next year. This year, I mean, at the end of the year, like it's 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. Like that's for last year for the
Start
Sixers.
throwing-
I was saying.
throwing
I was
games
saying,
to help your seed.
Look,
for the,
I was locked in. Trill can vouch for this.
I do
I
remember
was
this.
locked in the last 2 weeks, saying like we need this team to drop into the 4 through 6 bucket.
Throwing the seeds.
You're doing game
The
theory for
first
the
thing,
cup.
look, I think like the second thing I said after the Hallie Achilles injury was, wow. The
Major
Celtics
cup
and
implications.
The Celtics are in the 1 through 3 pot, and the Pacers are in the 4 through 6 pot. If we could get the Celtics and Pacers in our pot, like wow,
We
got one of them.
special. Got one. We got a good shot there. Honestly, the first thing it is, that Chiodo has infected my brain. When the first thing that I saw when I saw Luka Doncic and Anthony Edwards were hurt was, well, what does this mean for the cup?
Well, you guys want to give your group A?
So I'll be honest, I didn't do any prep or research for this. I wanted to let you cook on this. I'm just going off the top of the head here. So you picked the Thunder to win, the Wolves to come in second, and then who cares after that, basically.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. I think this.
How could it go any other way? Like it feels like
I actually tried to talk myself into a funny. Who?
The Jazz could be a little frisky.
I
They've
did
been
think
frisky
about
to
that.
start the season.
I was thinking about, and I ultimately didn't do it, but I was thinking about a funny scenario where I had the Kings start off 3-0, and then they play at Utah in their last game, and they go Kings mode and lose in Utah and get knocked out. But I couldn't do it. It was just
honestly, this Kings team is too depressing for me to even think that they can compete in the cup. Like this Kings team is like just a complete mess. I don't see the Suns have literally one good player. And then the Jazz, I will say, wild card in this region in terms of I could see them pulling off a few of these games and maybe making
they could derail the Wolves wild card chances.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but no, I tend to agree with you. OKC runs away with that group.
I think the biggest question in that group is, can one of the Kings, Suns, or Jazz beat the Wolves and knock them out of the wild card race? That is the biggest question for me.
To keep an eye on. All right, so in the B group, we have the LA teams, we have Memphis, we have Dallas, and we have New Orleans.
This is an interesting group. I have a surprising winner in this group, possibly. You'd think with the LeBron and Luke injuries that those Lakers would be down for the cup season, but
not with your guy.
Austin Reeves.
Chiodo tried to tell us.
Aware of the fact that they moved the cup up a week this year. And he came in locked in. The Lakers also start with the Grizzlies on Friday night. I think they can get a win in Memphis off of Austin Reeves. I have the Lakers at 3-1. I have the Clippers in second, also at 3-1, but they lose on point differential, even though they beat the Lakers. I have the Clippers beating the Lakers, but the Lakers have a better point differential.
The Battle of LA.
Yep. So then I have the Pelicans at 2-2, and the Grizzlies and Mavs both at 1-3.
Okay, so you have the Pelicans at 2-2, and the Grizzlies. The Pelicans haven't won a game all year. I do just want to point that out.
Yeah, I just don't think Cooper Flagg is ready for the cup. He's too young. Maybe next year, but he's just not ready for the cup this year.
So that's crazy. You would say that about a top 12 player in the NBA, but
yeah.
Don't
worry, we'll get there.
So we have Lakers, Clippers, Grizzlies, Mavericks, Pelicans. Unfortunately, the Pelicans might start this year 0-6. I'm not sure if you're aware that in the next 3 games they play the Clippers, Thunder, and Nuggets. The Atlanta Hawks must be over the fucking moon about having their first round pick unprotected. The Grizzlies, too many injuries right now, although they will get a karmic bump for me because they did sign Sixers legend Charles Bassey with the hardship exception the other day.
Bassey does respect the cup.
He's a cup respecter. He's fighting for his life in the NBA right now, trying to claw his way, get it out the mud, Paul Reed style, and get back onto a roster, which I respect the hell out of Chuck Bassey. My thing with the Clippers is that look, Uno is a regular season guy. He's someone who definitely cares a lot from night to night, but we know the thing about Uno is he a cup riser? He's just never been a riser.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
I just think it's an easy group. It's an easy group for them. We'll get to it. The wild card. I won't spoil anything, but you notice I have 2 3-1 teams. So the West wild card race is going to be fascinating. Like, I mean, it's going to be tight. There's the West teams have to be aware of point differential from the jump. Like, you have to be aware that you're fighting with all the Wolves are fighting. The Wolves are in the group with the Thunder. They're not going to win.
Sure.
Lakers and Clippers in the same group. West Group C is loaded.
Yeah, West Group C is the group of death. It's crazy.
Well, the B group has chance for some real blowouts, though. Like, Lakers could run up the score on the Pelicans. Lakers could run up the score on the Mavericks. If is Luka back for that Mavericks Lakers game? I'm assuming they're not playing this weekend, right?
No, the Lakers play the Memphis this weekend on Friday.
Okay, so then Luka's going to go berserk in that game.
Yeah, so Luka's going to be back.
Alex, there's one wild card spot, and it's determined
one wild card,
but determined by point differential. So it's how much you win the games by. So this is the only NBA thing. Where
Alex does point out, I think in the group play, head to head does decide it. So the Lakers and Clippers are both going 3-1, but I'm changing my mind. The Lakers do not. The Lakers beat the Clippers because I want the Lakers to win the group. So Lakers beat the Clippers.
I was gonna say in group play that does matter. It's the for the point differential is for mainly for the wild card and then tiebreakers sometimes. So all right, I'm gonna go Lakers here too. I just think that between Luka, I don't love the Lakers team. You know, I've talked about that. But between Luka and Reeves and kind of getting a weak draw here, I think the Clippers have the best roster, and they've kind of turned it around since they laid an egg on the first game of the season. I think the Clippers have the best roster, but I do feel as though the Lakers have more players on their roster who will respect the cup. I just feel like the Clippers are old, not a ton of cup respecters on that roster, not guys that are going to get up for these incredibly important games. And I think that the Lakers do have they have revenge on the mind, they have pride on the mind, and they also have cup experience on the roster as well. This is a team that, not a lot of guys left from that team 2 years ago, but they did win the cup championship, and that does matter.
And they have a sour taste in their mouth from how last year's cup went.
Yeah. What happened with the cup last year? I can't even remember with the Lakers.
They went 1-3.
Oof. So yeah, this is revenge. That's why they traded Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
It's true. Luka's never had a cup moment. Luka's got to get
You guys are both insane. There's never been anyone who's disrespected the cup more than DeAndre Ayton. There's a 0% chance of the Los Angeles Lakers advancing. Go ahead, Joe.
Austin Reeves is going to overpower it. Austin Reeves is ready for this.
I mean, the number 2 in the NBA in VORP behind only Wemby right now. I want to point out Austin Reeves, our Reeve goat. I have the Clippers at 3-1. I have the Mavericks in the wild card at 3-1 with a worse point differential. They're going to have to eke out some games. My Dallas Mavericks, who I still believe in. I have the Lakers and New Orleans at 2-2, and I have the Memphis Grizzlies at 0-4. I think they are.
Yeah, the Grizzlies have no chance here in the cup.
I have some breaking news. I know Sam's breaking up a little bit on his end, but I have some breaking news. Bill Simmons has dropped a podcast with.
Yeah, I was going to say.
With Tim Legler, and the first lead on the NBA portion is the Maxey and VJ show. So we will be getting some more.
I was impressed. Bill was at that game until the end last night. I was impressed.
Bill was he was watching Ohtani and the Dodgers last night. Stayed up for 17 innings?
18 innings.
18. I went to bed at 2 a.m. and I missed the last 3 innings.
I sent a message at 1 a.m. Joel was going to be up at 3 a.m. watching this game, and then he tweeted at 3 a.m.
He's like, "Come on!"
I know my Twitter followers. I was going
to say, will he have a hangover from that? It's impossible to say. When we'll learn very early in the beginning of this Wizards Sixers game whether Joel was able to power through it or not.
It's a Mickey title for the Dodgers, anyway. So.
Sam, what about the Mavericks? Could you possibly believe in at this point in the season?
Their defense. They've been playing hard teams. The offense is going to need a little bit of time to figure it out. I still believe in the size of this team. I still believe in Jason Kidd is the only thing that can make this team as bad as you, because I really think that it's
I just do not.
scheduled. I think Cooper's going to
I
figure it out.
I don't think Cooper's ready for the cup. Like I just don't see it. It starts in 3 days. Like
He might not be. He might not be. Look. I don't think especially once we get to the tournament stages, like
Clay doesn't respect the cup at all. At all.
No,
There might not be a player in the league that disrespects the cup more than Clay.
It's disgusting. I don't even want to talk about it. All right, so let's move on to Group C.
Group C. This is the best group in NBA Cup history.
Yes,
it's gonna take the Mavericks to figure out a little bit when they have the worst offense in the NBA. I think that's a light way of putting it. The Houston Rockets, Denver Nuggets, Golden State Warriors, Portland Trail Blazers, and San Antonio Spurs. Holy shit! This is. Let's see. Now look, the Spurs have obviously made a massive leap up coming into the season. We all thought the Blazers were going to be competitive, and then you have 3 teams that we basically all had in the playoffs, in the Rockets, Nuggets, and Warriors. So this is the greatest group ever. Yeah, this is Cup history right here. Who's going to get out of this bloodbath? Chiodo?
So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go backwards. Set it up. So the Blazers, sadly, I like the Blazers. It's just a horrible draw for the Blazers.
Bad draw for the Blazers.
If the Blazers were in Group B, I might have picked them to win the group.
I agree.
Horrible group, and they're going to go 0-4. It's just a horrible draw.
Yeah. By the way, before you continue on the Blazers, real quick, Shaden Sharp, please, if you're watching this, out of respect for me and my professional career, can you please start being a serious basketball player and not playing like the worst player in the NBA? Anyway, continue, Chiodo.
The Warriors and Rockets are both going to go 2-2.
Okay.
Again, just tough draws for them. If you're a Rockets fan, you really have got to be kicking yourself. I mean,
this is a team that got to the semifinals last year, by the way. I want to point that out.
I know. Warriors fans think they're above the cup. They're not, but the Rockets fans, this has got to really sting that you got stuck with this group.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to set up the last night of cup play. Actually, the last group stage cup game on Friday, November 28th at 9:30 p.m. on ESPN is Spurs Nuggets. And it's going to set up the 3-0 Nuggets against the 2-1 Spurs. And the reality is, with how tough that group is, the point differential, even at 3-0, the Nuggets are out if they lose that game, because they're just not going to have the point differential to match up with the other 3-1 teams. And that is going to be Victor Wembanyama's MVP game. He is going to score 47, 13, and 7. He's going to dominate Jokic. It's going to be a Jokic stinker. And the Spurs are going to win that game by 15 points in Denver, and they will take Group C. The Nuggets go home.
It's gonna feel like I'm tailing Chiodo, but I completely agree. This is
I can't wait for that game.
So I'm gonna take the Spurs as well to win this, just because they've been the hottest team out the gate. But I will say I think that I know it's dumb to do this because they are in the best group, but I think the Warriors have a little bit to prove. I think that they're going to be clicking. I said at one point, I remember I said this all offseason. I said they're going to have a stretch where they go like 20-6, and everyone thinks, man, look out for the Warriors, and then they just can't. They're old, so they can't stay healthy and they can't get things right. This is the time they get things right. I'm picking them. I'm going to go Spurs win, but I'm going to go. My wild card is the triumphant Golden State Warriors, who win all of their other games in this against a very tough, impressive road. So to recap here, we all have the Thunder winning Group A. Me and Chiodo have the Lakers winning Group B. Sam has the Clippers winning Group B with the Mavericks as his wild card. Chiodo has the Spurs winning Group C. Who was your wild card?
My wild card, I actually have 3-3-1 teams in the West, so it's going to be a fierce race. The Wolves are going to barely make it on a point differential, and they will be the wild card. So they'll be more, and then
they'll play the Spurs.
My seeding will be Thunder 1 seed, Lakers 2 seed, Spurs 3 seed, and then 4 seed Wolves.
All right, tell me who's winning your matchups in the West.
So in the West, we'll start off in Oklahoma City with a rematch of the Western Conference Finals. Thunder Wolves. Ant will be back by this point. And this is going to be the incredible game. Ant didn't respect the cup last year famously. He did not
Gross.
respect the cup at all. He's gonna make it back from his hamstring injury. He's gonna go into OKC. He's gonna drop 55 points.
Wow. That's history.
But Shai
Iconic.
Gilgeous-Alexander is going to have 6 free throws in the final 90 seconds, and the Thunder are going to win by 1 point.
I'm sure that won't create any annoying dialogue.
It will be a lot of discourse about that, and it's going to be heartbreaking for the Wolves because it's going to be like a repeat of last year where you had the Western Conference Finals. You have a chance to get some revenge. They're going to be winning the whole game, and OKC is going to have a run in the fourth, and SGA is just going to foul bait to end the game.
Interesting.
And Thunder move on to Vegas. By the way,
Again?
Yes. By the way, this is the last year where Vegas gets the semifinals. Next year, the home team. Next year, the semifinals will be at the higher seeds.
That's a tradition we can all stand by.
Yes, which I forgot that it wasn't starting this year. I was really excited, but
so you're telling me that the NBA is already starting to distance themselves from gambling?
Yeah. Yep.
No more Vegas?
Why? What happened? What happened?
Nothing happened
Yeah,
when Sam was gone.
Okay.
Nothing at all. Anyway, the Portland Trailblazers.
Wait, you have the Blazers as your wild card? Oh,
No,
wait,
I was just
I
saying.
thought you're talking about that other thing.
Yeah, I was talking about
Man, Chauncey Billups did not respect the cup at all.
No.
He's talking about the Chinese century bearing down on us.
I was gonna say Chauncey kamikazed himself out of the league before he could even get to the cup.
You have to wonder.
Xi
You have to
Jinping
wonder if
regards.
the Blazers are in Group B. Do you think he risks that? Maybe because they're in Group C and they had such a little hope that he just was like, "Who cares?"
It's
My
definitely
bad.
possible he saw that coming and then just leaked the story and said, "Take me in. I can't deal with it." By the way, I don't know. My favorite post that came out of all of this that didn't really get enough recognition, and this is specifically aimed at Sam, was Mateo's post where Chauncey was walking out of the police station wearing the Clutch Sports hoodie. And then he posted the photo of Kevin Spacey with the God Save the Queen mug.
Yeah.
Like at wink, just like, the is very, very pointed message here. Anyway, I don't want the vans to pull up to my house, so I'll move on from that riff fairly quickly here.
Shout out to Alex asking, will Vegas get a team? Jonathan's response, Vegas already has a team. They play in Dallas.
Talk soon.
So I think for my semifinals, unfortunately, our Dallas Mavericks stand no chance against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Terrible matchup for them, as we've already seen. They will be euthanized by the Thunder in their game. I do think the Clippers will kind of give the Spurs a little bit of the business in their matchup, but I trust in Wemby to pull that out. And then I am looking for a Wemby masterclass in the semifinals to defeat the vile, disgusting, in all ways, disgusting Thunder. The Thunder are just really banged up right now, though. They have no Topic, no Kenrich Williams, no Isaiah Joe. Sorber is also out, so hopefully they can get healthy.
No one else.
Competitive.
No one else.
Well, I know, but when they post their 7 people who are out, those are 5 of the guys who are listed. So I have no idea how they're still undefeated, missing guys like that. It's insane.
It's because AJ Mitchell's an all-star.
He honestly might be.
He's been incredible.
He's been awesome.
Legitimately been the best sophomore in the NBA so far.
But I'm picking the Spurs out of the West.
Jared McCain, we'll talk soon though.
I have to do the rest of my West as well.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. Because I only did Thunder over Wolves. I have Lakers Spurs in LA. This is going to be another.
I have that as well.
For Wemby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think Wemby struggles in this one. I think the moment gets to him a little bit.
Wow.
I think the moment gets to him a little bit.
A teaching moment.
I think Luka takes it personally that he's kind of been the future face of the league. Moniker has kind of been robbed from him.
Mm-hmm.
I think Luka takes it personally. I think LeBron takes it personally that this could be. I think LeBron knows, kind of like Brady Mahomes in that Super Bowl. Yeah. LeBron knows 10 years from now, this is going to be the guy that I'm going up against for the GOAT
That's
status.
A great comp.
And I think LeBron takes it personally. I think it's like a 27, 10, and 8 game from LeBron. Luke goes off. I actually think the Lakers win this game by like 27 points.
And we need that line on the Wikipedia page. Two-time NBA Cup champion.
We'll set it up.
We'll see.
Yeah, and the discourse will be this might end the GOAT discourse before it starts.
It's definitely possible. I do just want to point out that people have pointed this out with Mobley last year. I saw a post that said he got the last helicopter out of Vietnam in terms of winning Defensive Player of the Year last year. Do we think that's the moment this year for Luka with Wemby potentially coming down the pike here?
Yeah,
where we're like, you need to win this year, or else you're gonna...
Yeah, pretty much.
This is it.
This is everyone in the West should be feeling that way.
That they all should like the Thunder are lucky to have gotten their title last year.
Very lucky.
And yeah, I tend
both
to
in terms of the cup and in the title.
Sam said to me the other day, he said the most important thing moving forward in terms of slop is the injury report with Wemby every April.
Yeah. That is starting to feel title is just going to hinge on that. Like
the thing I will say, I will say about Wemby is he is a guy who's going to always respect the cup.
Yes,
like he always will. Like LeBron, the cup didn't come till he was 38, but if the cup was around forever, 30 over LeBron wouldn't have respected the cup. I think Wemby, even after winning 4 rings, will respect the cup. So you got to get your cup now.
I do think that when the stakes are a little bit higher next year, where you don't have to go to Vegas as much, Wemby might have more to play for, because Wemby, the king, the god himself, our communist hero, Victor Wembanyama, has said that Vegas is a dystopian hellscape, and I completely agree with him. I actually think if I were to run for office, my only platform would be we should nuke Las Vegas into the sea. That would be the only thing that I run on, and I think I would win. I think I would crush. I think I would get a ton of votes just based on that one policy. So,
great cheap forward.
The great what?
The great cheap forward. Vegas.
Perfect. Yep. So I have in mind here, I have Thunder Warriors matchup. I have Spurs Lakers. So I'm going to go a little bit of an upset here. I think the Warriors have a lot to prove. I think the Thunder are banged up. I think the Thunder, look, they won the title. They got to the cup finals last year. They have respected the cup. They've put in their dues for the cup. Haven't gotten over the top yet. Maybe we'll see that one year. This ain't the year. This is going to be the Warriors. The unction comes in, one last gasp here while they're in their stride in December, when this is going to be the best they're playing. They're going to be making a push here. So I'm going Warriors, and then my final in the West is going to be the Warriors and the Spurs. So I'm going Spurs as well. Hottest team right now, best player right now. We'll see if they can integrate Fox. Fox feels like someone who respects the cup, though. I have to be honest. I do think that Fox is a guy that will get up for the cup, I think. Hashtag up for the cup. This year, as someone who knows this is his best shot that he's going to have at winning the cup with a running mate like Victor Wembanyama. Yeah. And so I'm going to go Warriors, Spurs, little bit of old, possibly new dynasty here. History with both of these franchises. Wemby versus Steph, all the old head role players / stars around him, combined with Wemby and this new look Spurs team. And I think this is much like you just laid out with the LeBron versus Wemby case. This is Steph's moment like that too. Like, this is the moment for him to prove I'm still that guy. And I think the Warriors, as the wild card, end up winning the West. And it might be cup history. I don't think a wild card team has ever made it to the finals, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So I think they make cup history, and I think they pull in the Giants were the 6th seed and they won the Super Bowl. They're getting there all the way to the finals. Warriors in a massive upset over the Spurs, who are looking like one of the best teams in the NBA to start the year. So let's move over to the Eastern Conference.
My West final is Spurs. You're good. Lakers, Thunder. And I think LeBron's going to say, we didn't go to Vegas for one night.
Yeah.
We didn't come here for one night. If we're going to Vegas, we're going for both games.
Yeah. And also we
And-
know that LeBron loves to, do things that happen in
Yeah.
Vegas. So he wants to stay longer.
True. And LeBron knows that he has a chance to be a two-time cup champion. And it can go down in history as winning 2 of the first 3 cups. And that's a big deal. That is something that Michael Jordan never did. So I think LeBron, again, turns back the clock. I actually think this is a Luka disaster class. I think Luka forces it. Austin Reeves bails him out. And there is some discussion after this game. I think the Lakers win this one actually comfortably. OKC kind of thinks they're above the cup at this point. I think they need a little bit of a comeback to earth. And I think the talking point after this game is Austin Reeves and LeBron the best duo in cup history?
Wow, because that actually would be second appearance. They don't have Darvin Ham anymore. He's with the Bucks now. But and Torian Prince, who has won the cup every year. He's been eligible as well. But that would put they would be in cup history books to be the first duo to ever make it back. And with a new teammate as well. Anthony Davis was the guy last time. This time it would be Luka Doncic. I mean, that would be that would certainly be a special. By the way, I don't know if you guys have heard this dialogue going around. I think it's pretty interesting. But they've basically talked about how there are a lot of teams. For example, I think the Sixers are an example of this. I think the Lakers, when they're healthy, might be an example of this. But the teams, because we got so obsessed with wingflation and all these teams loading up on wings that can't really dribble, that teams that have guards that can create and dribble, actually, it might be reversing course a little bit. And they might have an advantage, whether it's in the cup or in the playoffs or in the regular season here over the course of the year.
I agree with that, but the cup is definitely about guards. The cup is about guards, I think.
Very summer league coded, but in the most serious possible way.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. In the highest.
Yeah.
You know how Lenin used to say that imperialism is the highest form of capitalism. I believe that the cup is the highest form of summer league. Would be something that Vladimir Lenin would agree with.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. Eastern Conference.
Just want to start before we go to the East. Why this is so interesting is that I think in the East you have these teams like the Celtics and the Pacers and kind of the Bucks that really they have no chance to win the championship, and they know it. Like maybe not so the Bucks, but like the Celtics and the Pacers know they have no chance at any sort of championship aspirations, but they can win the cup because the cup is 4 games.
That's true.
Meanwhile, you have the Cavs and the Knicks at the top, who I think are not going to take the cup as seriously as they need to take it. So I think there's an opportunity for real chaos in the East. Real chaos.
It's about as open when everyone was coming into the year and they were saying the East is wide open. This is what they meant. The NBA Cup. Yeah. This is really what they were talking about. Yeah. And the Group A is the Cavs, the Pacers, the Hawks, the Raptors, and the Wizards. By the way, Hawks, very disappointing start to the year. Raptors, very disappointing start to the year. Pacers, completely dismantled by injury so far. We just got an update that Benedict Mathurin is week to week. Obi Toppin is out for a month.
Obi Toppin's a cup riser.
Oh, TJ McConnell could be out for a month here. He might miss some cup games. And this was the exact argument that I made against Sam, which was if they have literally just 2 or 3 injuries, it could completely derail their season. They still have yet to win a game. We spent 12 minutes on that on the podcast that I will never get back. But I will say, I think Sam might have been a little bit cooking on the optimism on the Hornets. I like that team a little bit. So this Group A, Cavs, Pacers, Hawks, Raptors, Wizards. Who are you taking, Chiodo?
So I really didn't want to do it because I don't think they're going to respect the cup, but it's just such a good draw for the Cavs. They're going to go 4-0. It's going to be ugly, but they're going to go 4-0. There's going to be a lot of questions about them in this quarterfinal play, but
they're getting Garland back, by the way. He's coming back. He feels like
Pacers,
a cup guy.
I think Pacers go 2-2 with a respectable cup run with considering their situation. Hawks and Raptors also go 2-2, and the Wizards go 0-4.
God damn. All right, so the Raptors' defense has been a fucking nightmare to start the year. Not that their offense has been great, but their defense has been a nightmare. I fell for it again with the Hawks here. I'm out on the Wizards and Pacers.
Before the year, I was planning on picking the Hawks in this group before the year, but I do not like what I've seen. So
I'll be honest. I don't like what I've seen. I'm still taking them. I'm falling for it again. I the Hawks, to be clear, the Cavs are by far the best team here. They should win this. There's no excuse for them. But we know that in any tournament setting, the Cavs will always disappoint. In any sort of tournament setting, they never rise to the occasion. So I'm going with the upset, and I'm taking the Atlanta Hawks. This is what will turn their season around. I'm investing more. You know what? A lot of people would sell their stock and say, oh, they're 1-3. Kristaps Porzingis has some autoimmune disorder. No, I'm going further in, and I'm saying I don't care that Zachary Richichet is French Patrick Williams. I will go down with the ship. Hawks, Cacaw Nation. I can't believe I'm doing this again. Sam, who do you have winning this group?
I have a 3-way tie at the top of 3-1 teams. I believe the Wizards are 0-4 and kind of dead on arrival. And I hate to do this to our Indiana Pacers, who have traditionally respected the cup quite a bit, but I just don't think they have the talent. I think they go 1-3, unfortunately, in this, leading to a 3-way tie at the top between Toronto, Cleveland, and Atlanta. And I am picking the Toronto Raptors.
Wow. Let's go. Three different ones.
3 of their 29 wins this year are going to come in the cup right here.
So I mean, the East is chaos.
The East is chaos, and I just think this is a team custom built to care about the cup. I do believe that the Toronto Raptors are going to be very motivated to win the cup. They've seen how championships can galvanize the city of Toronto. They're seeing the Jays and kind of what their run has done for the city. I've said time and time again, Vladimir Guerrero is one of the most charismatic, somebody who grew up in for parts of his life in Canada, with his dad playing for the Expos. And now RJ Barrett can bring that same sort of championship pedigree to the Toronto Raptors in their cup run.
The first time in my life, I will say this, I might think that RJ Barrett's a little bit innocent this year. And it's not because I'm a big RJ Barrett fan. It's more that just everyone on the Raptors is a nightmare except for Scotty Barnes so far to start this year. Mm-hmm. That I actually think that RJ Barrett might not be the one to blame. Although I still stand by my opinion that if they bench RJ Barrett for Jamison Battle, they would immediately get better. That's my take on that. So all right, let's move to Group B. From this group, we have the Celtics, the Pistons, the Magic, the Nets, and the Sixers. A group that if you had told me this group a year ago, I would be shaking in my boots as a Sixers fan. A lot has changed. The Magic don't look good. The Pistons don't look good.
Great
The
draw.
Celtics, they're not quite the same this year with all their unavailabilities. And then the Brooklyn Nets have been the worst team in the NBA. So this is for the first time. I feel pretty confident in picking the Sixers.
Yep. The Philadelphia 76ers go 4-0, and they are the 1 seed in the East.
Wow, 1 seed, yes. Baby. First time since 2021, the Philadelphia 76ers will be having a 1 seed.
We have Pistons, Magic, Celtics all at 2-2, and your Brooklyn Nets at 0-4.
Yeah, I mean, for the Nets, they just need to lose as much as they possibly can. Sam, who are you picking from this group? And before you continue, people are trying to bait me in the comments by telling me that Justin Edwards is starting for the Sixers tonight. Doesn't matter. New chapter in Sixers basketball. Everything's going to work. Anyway, continue, Sam.
So we have 5. This is the only group with 5 different records. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the Brooklyn Nets, Chiodo correctly, is 0-4. The Orlando Magic will be 1-3. Unfortunately, I don't think they're built for the cup this year. Unfortunately, the Detroit Pistons are 2-2. The Philadelphia 76ers, again, really good. They're going to position themselves well for the wild card. We'll see how we do it. But I believe the Boston Celtics are actually the ones going 4-0 in the cup this year.
Chiodo, Sam completely fell for the preseason, by the way. I just want to put this out. Sam completely fell for the preseason and talked himself into the Celtics being way better than anyone anticipated. Okay. And now he's trying to say that he was reverse jinxing it.
No, that's not true. That is not true. They are, you know who the number 1 team in expected win differential going like unluckiness this year is? The Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics with the number 5 point differential in the Eastern Conference right now. I just want to point that out.
Who did they play? Who did they win against?
The one against the Pelicans, but they played against other. They played a stacked a stacked schedule so far. A very dangerous Pistons team, a very dangerous and urgent Pistons team. They needed that win. They needed that win really badly. The Knicks, who may be the best team in the East, and
I'll give you the Knicks,
the best team in the East, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yes.
I'm just saying, this is a rivalry, man.
Look,
this is.
I do actually agree. I think the Celtics are going to get up for the cup because they know this is their only chance to win anything this year. I think they'll get up for the cup.
They're making the finals.
They're warming up.
But Celtics on Friday night, the opener, which you have the Celtics winning. I'm going to be in attendance, and I'm not losing my first. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
It's just not happening.
VJ is going to hit the game-winning shot and just point to Chiodo.
We are going to be like this is honestly more important to me than a playoff game. This Sixers. This is so much more important than Game 6.
I will be streaming for this on Friday. By the way,
if the Sixers lose on Friday, like it genuinely ruins the vibes for me.
Halloween, spooky hours. I'll be streaming. Let's go.
Like I will, like not even a bit. I will be devastated.
Yes. This is real high pressure.
By the way, an hour ago, Chiodo was like, "If we lose games, it's fine, no matter what."
Yeah, but this is
not this game. Okay, this is different. All right, so Sam picks the Celtics. Me and Chiodo pick the Sixers, and Sam picked the Sixers to get the wild card from this group. And then let's move into our last group here, which is the East Group C, which is the New York Knicks, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Chicago Bulls, the Miami Heat, and the Charlotte Hornets, who, if you had told me before the season the Charlotte Hornets would even have a puncher's chance here, I would be floored. But the way that this season started,
yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised.
So this is a tough, scrappy group right here.
Look, and ultimately, Con knows what the cup means.
Sure.
And the Charlotte Hornets are going to win this group at 3-1. Con Knipple will be the MVP of this group. They don't give that out, but if they did, he'd be the MVP of this group. And second place, I have the Bucks at 3-1, which how bad the East is, 3-1, they just outright win the wild card.
I do just want to point out that if they did give out MVPs for this, it would be the third MVP that Con Knipple has won in 2025. Yeah. Summer League MVP, Summer League Finals MVP, the ACC tournament MVP.
He can win Cup MVP. He's just got to win the whole thing. We'll see.
Stay tuned.
I have the Bulls at 2-2, Heat 1-3, and in last place, the New York Knicks at 1-3. A disastrous cup run for the New York Knicks. There will be panic in the streets of New York. A lot of talk about trading Karl-Anthony Towns after this cup run. A lot of talk. Can he get it done? Is he too soft to get it done?
Can Karl-Anthony Towns get over the top is what many people are asking, and not this year.
A lot of questions. Why did they not trade for Giannis? Giannis is advancing to the quarterfinals for the second straight year.
Yeah.
Why did we not trade for Giannis?
Meanwhile, build this cup resume.
We finished in last place in a group that features the Heat, Bulls, and Hornets. And a lot of questions in New York.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have been keeping track here, but the Knicks lost one game and the sky is falling in New York. And I've been informed that Jordan Clarkson is not good anymore.
No.
I don't even know if he was ever good.
Blue Jean, baby.
Tell me for the first time. Jordan Clarkson, not good in 2025. Amazing. So this is East Group C. Sam, who will you be taking from East Group C?
I had a hard time with this one. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm tailing Chiodo, but he's nailed it. Like, I can't help but also agree that this is the Charlotte Hornets division to lose. I mean, like, I do think Miami is going to very much respect the cup in this division. I think Miami is very dangerous in this. I also think Milwaukee is very dangerous in this group. This is a low-key kind of a group of death. I think everyone but the Knicks is really respecting the cup in this division.
I love this division.
The Knicks are the only team here that doesn't have a chance.
Yeah.
I love this group so much that I'm taking two teams. I'm taking the Bucks to win the group, and I'm taking the Bulls to be the wild card team. Mm-hmm. The Bulls, look, man, this is a team that this would be the greatest achievement to happen to the Chicago Bulls since Michael Jordan retired.
Yeah.
If they were able to advance here, get into group play. This is a team that is built for very meaningful tournaments that have a lot at stake.
Yeah, they're built for late November hoops.
Exactly. So this is I'm going Bucks Bulls. So my final four in the East is Cavs, Sixers, Bucks, Bulls. I'm sorry, I did Hawks. I apologize, not Cavs. So I'm going Hawks, Sixers, Bucks, and Bulls. My first round matchup is going to be the number 1 seed. I'll go with the Milwaukee Bucks. I'll go 4 seed. I'll go the Chicago Bulls. And then I'm going Sixers, Hawks in a revenge series from 2021. I believe only 2 players from that series is that true? 2 players are left? Yeah. It's got to be just Joel and Trey, right?
Maxey.
Oh yeah, Maxey was a rookie. Right. Yeah, Maxey was a rookie. The famous Game 6 breakout game. So Maxey, and then I don't think the Hawks have anyone left from that team.
Yeah,
so
have Furkan ring the bell for that game. Start at Game 7.
Shake Milton.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate that Furkan started a Game 7.
Started a game and was like a key rotation player for us for years.
Furkan would have respected the cup.
Yeah. But Chiodo, I'm gonna let you cook. Let's get through your Eastern Conference here. Who's gonna end up representing
number 1 seed? Philadelphia 76ers taking on the number 4 seed. We finally get it. Embiid versus Giannis. So Sixers Bucks. The X is going to be absolutely bumping. It's going to be nuts. They're going to be calling it Blue December. And yeah, calling it Blue December. And we're finally going to get the Embiid Giannis matchup. And this is a game where Embiid tells Maxey and VJ, you can get us. I'll get us to Vegas. You guys get us. You guys will handle Vegas.
Get us over the top.
I'm taking this personally. Embiid goes out. He puts up 27, 13, and 10 on Giannis. He guards Giannis. Embiid turns back the clock defensively, blocks Giannis 3 times. Sixers win 109-84. Sixers win to swear the Bucks, as would have happened in any playoff series if it ever happened and the Bucks didn't dodge us.
Chills all over my body. Yeah, I can't believe that the Bucks have been dodging us for so long at this point.
Then 2-3
matchup.
Yeah, 2-3. Cavs hosting the Hornets, and the Cavs will be huge favorites in this game. Obviously, like 10-point favorites. Everyone's going to be just penciling the Cavs in for Vegas. Not so fast. Kanon Knipple comes out. Kanon puts up 21, 8, and 7. The Hornets.
8 rebounds?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Career high.
21, 8, and 7. The ball is going to be bounced to Kanon.
Yeah.
The basketball gods know he respects the cup.
Magnets on his hands.
Yeah. Kanon puts up, and this is a game where the Hornets outscore the Cavs, we'll say 25 points in the second half after the Cavs have a lead at halftime. Hornets win this game 111-104. They move on to Vegas in what is probably the best moment in Charlotte Hornets history, and that's not a bit. Probably would be. Like that's not a bit. I think it probably would.
No, probably, yeah.
I think it would be going to Vegas.
I would say that is by far the greatest moment in the history.
Like it actually is. Like it actually is.
Because have they ever? I think they've won 1 playoff series in their existence.
No. Yeah, and if you include just the Bobcats / Hornets and not the '90s Hornets, it's definitely.
No, they've only made the playoffs once, I think, under the new moniker, if I remember correctly.
The Heat smoked them. No, twice.
I gotta give Sam credit. I do think that he was cooking a little bit on the Hornets being more competitive than I gave them credit for.
Well, people forget the Hornets last year were very frisky in cup play. Yeah, they went 0-4, but they were frisky.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that certainly will get up for these games. They have a lot more fresh young players to throw out there this year.
I'm just going to say, I know for a fact Moussa Diabate has a calendar. He has every cup game circled. In triple with like red. That is a cup dog we are looking at. Moussa Diabate is going to be a cup demon when we get into these games.
Yeah.
By the way, Chiodo,
what's up?
What's your pick for Sixers versus Hornets?
Oh, it's Kanon versus VJ.
This is
there's going to be a lot of cup battles between these two. Joel Embiid is going to be ruled out of this game 20 minutes before tip-off with wrist soreness, and 2 weeks later the Sixers will be fined $500,000. But
people do forget that Joel is a Gooner. He's a huge fan.
Look, Joel follows me on Twitter now, so he's going to respect the cup, and he's going to know our focus is on the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Because VJ is going to go out. He's going to take the matchup personally. Con will play well, but it's going to be a VJ game. Maxey will do Maxey things. But VJ is going to come out, and Sixers are going to win this game pretty convincingly. I think it's going to be like a 111-94 win. VJ has 19 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. It's a good VJ game. And Sixers move on to the finals to take on the Los Angeles Lakers.
Wow. Okay, so we have the Lakers versus the Sixers in Chiodo's final. By the way, I don't know if you saw Jonathan's comment here, but apparently Sar is cooking Embiid and every shot looks like luck. It's ridiculous. That would absolutely be karma for me. I've actually been kind of impressed with Sar's start to the season, even though he still struggles to rebound. But
that is woke nonsense. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
This is all fake news in the comments. Sam, would you like to lay out your bracket for the Eastern Conference and tell us who you have advancing to the Cup Finals?
So first of all, we have a 1-4 matchup, and this is where rivalries are born. Okay, we have the number 1 seed Boston Celtics. We have the wild card Philadelphia 76ers coming to town. The Garden is rocking
again.
Unfortunately, it happens again. Unfortunately, our Boston Celtics aren't ready for the moment. Unfortunately, the Sixers are they have the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have the experience, the cup experience. Like, it's not their year. The Celtics are locked in on bigger things, namely their Eastern Conference championship that is going to happen later in the year. So they won't be here for the cup. But so it's a little bit of a letdown, but our 76ers do make the final out of the wild card, which in the East, which is something. Then we have the Titanic matchup of the Toronto Raptors and the Charlotte Hornets. You can't see. I don't know if you can see it. I'm literally, my hair is standing on chill. Saying it is like,
monumental.
I've got to take a fucking breath, man.
Right.
This is going to be some of the most special hoops we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And a spoiler alert, this is also, I'm looking ahead. This is to win the cup. This is going to determine the winner. This is much like the Nuggets Thunder matchup, how that happened in the second round last year. This is to win the cup right here, because these are two Titans. And I am picking my Charlotte Hornets to narrowly defeat the Toronto Raptors, bringing some of their best A game. This is going to be an instant classic.
Sixers Hornets is going to be a battle.
It's going to be a battle. It's going to be. So I have Sixers Hornets. And did you guys also have Sixers Hornets as your final?
I did.
I haven't gotten mine.
We go 3 for 3 on Sixers Hornets.
That'd be very funny.
I don't have the Hornets in mind, unfortunately. Okay. They put up a good fight, but I did not have them advancing. I have Sixers versus Hawks. I think the Sixers get their revenge for 2021. I think that VJ Edgecomb might. It's possible that VJ Edgecomb gets suspended for the next game because of what he does to Trae Young and how bad the league feels.
VJ Edgecomb remembers that moment.
Yep. He was, just 15. a 15-year-old VJ Edgecomb.
But he remembers it.
Seared into his memory. And he wants to do what Ben Simmons never could and beat the Atlanta Hawks in a meaningful game. He knows how much that would mean to Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid and the city of Philadelphia. So the Sixers will be advancing, and the Bucks versus the Bulls. I'm going to go with the experience here. They have Darvin Ham. They have Taurean Prince. For the 3rd straight year, they will be making an appearance in the Cup semifinal against the Philadelphia 76er.
Indeed, Giannis in Vegas.
And this is actually a game that, when this happens, I should say, this is just, a battle of 2 Titans going up against each other for sure. Future Hall of Famers. Of course, I'm talking about VJ Edgecomb and AJ Green will be having a duel here in this one, a doozy, if you will. And first time the Sixers have advanced to a semifinals since the 2001 NBA Finals. A lot of pressure on them, a back and forth game. But ultimately, I'm going to take the team that has Taurean Prince and Darvin Ham and pull off an upset here, just out of respect for the Cup and its history.
No, I like it.
I'm going to take the Bucks in a narrow win with an AJ Green buzzer beater against the Philadelphia 76ers in Las Vegas.
Man, I would not be able to handle that.
I mean, I don't know if you've been watching this guy, but he's
I wouldn't be able to handle any sort of buzzer beater. I mean,
Yeah.
That's like the Kawhi shot, but like 5 times worse.
So, by the way, Alex R has 13 points in the first quarter against the Sixers. Awesome.
I am turning this game on the second we are done recording.
Yes, and the Sixers are losing.
Yeah.
So the other thing I was going to say here was the final for me. I don't know about you guys because you guys had. I'm gonna
cooking.
Bucks Warriors is my finals. Can everyone remind me what their finals matchups were before we make our final predictions here?
I didn't say my thing, but it is Sixers.
Oh, I apologize.
That's okay. But I just said it was going to be Sixers Hornets. I do think the Hornets narrowly defeat the Sixers. I think the Sixers kind of have a photo op similar to the Thunder when they lost to the Heat, where you see all the young guys like McCain, VJ, they're burning it into their mind, and they're gonna they're taking it in, to remind them to drive them for next season.
And then Daryl does the Harden thing with McCain.
Yeah.
And he breaks up the core. Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't learn from his past mistakes. He's Diggs on the field watching the Chiefs celebrate.
Exactly.
Not that.
So I'm saying Daryl Morey is Diggs in this situation. We get him out of here in a little bit.
I don't like that comp.
So mine is Hornets Spurs is my matchup.
Okay, Hornets Spurs. Wow, the matchup that everyone has been waiting for. And then Chiodo, your final is the
Lakers.
Sixers Lakers. Wow, we all have very different matchups here. I love to see the diversity of matchups. So we'll save Chiodo for last since everyone has been on pins and needles waiting for his prediction as the shaman of the cup. Sam, who do you think is going to win between the Hornets and the Spurs in the NBA Cup Finals?
So there is a Wemby will have a 50-25-13-8 in this game. One of the greatest games in the history of the NBA. It will not matter because our Charlotte Hornets are a fucking machine. And they just, they just can't hang. They just can't hang. Wemby can't do it all. The cup is not about an individually great player. It is about the heart and minds of everyone being on the same page. And our Charlotte Hornets are so locked in on this.
Of course.
Liam McNeely buzzer beater to defeat the Spurs for the cup. So,
wow.
Okay.
Chills. So I will be going Liam McNeely. That's the guy that you really want to trust in the clutch. We saw in March Madness.
They leave him open.
Yeah.
They leave him open,
It's just a big mistake.
Yeah.
So anyway. All right. So Sam has the Hornets as his champion. Would be, by the way, when you talk about greatest moments in franchise history, this would be legitimately franchise altering. Kanon will have changed the culture so much there. That it has healed LaMelo Ball's body. Brandon Miller, he's seeking a second opinion. I don't know, but apparently Kanon has healing powers just by joining the franchise. By having, So I have Bucks Warriors as my final. This is once again future legends going to battle here, and the Bucks seeking the first back-to-back Cup championship. The Warriors proving we're still here. We're not gone. This is our chance. But ultimately, I cannot pick against until Taurean Prince and Darvin Ham lose a cup. I can't pick against them. Like, to me, it's like, look, the Eagles beat Mahomes in the Super Bowl, but I felt confident going into that game that, obviously I felt confident in the Eagles, but I always feel confident when you pick a guy like Mahomes. That's how I feel about Darvin Ham and Taurean Prince in the cup. That's just what they mean to this tournament. This would be 3 straight for them. It would be like when Steve Kerr left the Bulls in 1998 and went to the Spurs and then won the championship the next year with the Spurs. Like, that's the kind of stuff that we're talking about here. Just any time that these two are on your roster, you have a shot. And I think this is the just more legacy padding for Giannis and his new second option, AJ Green. And they will be rising the cup trophy in Vegas once again, the victor. So I'm going Bucks. So Chiodo, this is what everyone is seeded for. Sixers versus Lakers.
as I said earlier, LeBron is going to show off that Spurs game. He's going to take it personally because he believes, kind of like the Brady Mahomes thing, that's our future comparison. We're going to be compared to Wemby. Got to get this cup victory over him. Except he's wrong because his real comparison is VJ Edgecomb. And VJ Edgecomb is going to come out. He's going to have a huge game. VJ Edgecomb will have 23, 7 steals, 23.7 steals.
7 steals. Wow. It's got to be
But
close.
I'm going to be honest. This will be an Embiid first half disaster class. He's going to be getting targeted in switches by Luka and Reeves. They're going to be going at him.
I didn't
The
even think of
knee's
that.
going to look bad. He's going to be looking slow. We're all going to be freaking out. Like, you got to bench him. You just got to play Barlow. You just got to play Barlow. Can't play Embiid.
Demon Dom.
And he's going to come out in the fourth quarter with the Sixers trailing 87-80 entering it. And he is going to score 23 points in the fourth quarter. He's going to take it to DeAndre Ayton, just going at him in the post, in the at the elbow, nailing jumper after jumper after jumper.
There's one.
Maxey's going to carry. Maxey's going to hold him up through the first 3 quarters. Maxey will put up a nice solid 27 and 7. Nice, good game, but he will.
That's the classic Maxey stat line.
He'll keep him afloat. First 3 quarters. Joel Embiid knows his legacy's on the line. He thinks with my tweets. He reads my tweets at halftime. And with 2 minutes left, Sixers will be trailing by 2 points. Embiid comes back, and in his supercharged Brook Lopez era, Maxey drives in. He kicks out to Embiid at the top of the key. 4-point play. Sixers go up by 2. Then he comes down, and Luka targets him in the pick and roll again.
Oh, no.
And he does the thing. Embiid does the thing, which is he baits Luke in the lane. And we're all screaming, Joel, this hasn't worked all year. What are you doing? He blocks Luka off the backboard. It goes out to VJ. VJ comes down the court. He dunks on LeBron. Sixers go up by 4 with 90 seconds to go. Vegas is going crazy. There's parties in the streets of Philadelphia. Comes down. Luka targets Embiid in the pick and roll again. Embiid knocks the ball away. Maxey comes up with it. Passes off to VJ. Back to Maxey at the top of the key for 3. Bang. Mike Breen yells bang. He gets a double bang from Mike Breen. Sixers up 7 with a minute to go. VJ Edgecomb finishes it off with a 3 with 30 seconds. The Philadelphia 76ers are cup champions. Your cup MVP is Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid, stat padding his legacy at this point. I mean, an already amazing career, just to top it off with an NBA Cup title would be truly cementing his legacy. In not only
the VJ Edgecomb dunking on LeBron clip becomes the Iverson crossover Jordan clip of this generation.
Amazing. So Jared McCain making TikToks on the stage as they accept Jared will be present.
Jared McCain's gonna have a good cup run. I should have mentioned him. Yeah, that's my bad.
He's throwing his name in, but he's not quite as solidified as guys like
Jared McCain's gonna be huge in the Hornets game. Like I said, the Lakers game is going to be about Joel, Maxey, and VJ. Particularly Joel. Like I said, I actually don't think it's going to be a crazy Maxey Cup run. He's just going to be Maxey, which is good.
He's just him. By the way, if you were to rank by the end of this season, where do you think Maxey ranks in the Eastern Conference in terms of players? Because so far to start the year, I would say he's probably been the 2nd or 3rd best player in the Eastern Conference behind Giannis.
Yeah, I would say Giannis will be 1. I want to say Embiid so bad. I'll put Maxey. Put Maxey 3rd.
Respectable.
Behind Brunson.
By the way, 12-2-2 right now for him.
He overtakes Donovan Mitchell. Actually, Maxey's going to pass Brunson because we're going to Sixers next 2nd round is going to be something.
Of course,
Maxey in the Garden.
We will be seated for that
championship. God, I just can't stop thinking about the VJ dunk on LeBron with 90 seconds left. I mean, it's going to be like the most watched clip in NBA history.
Incredible.
Embiid block on Luka leading to the VJ. Oh, and Breen's going to be on the call. Oh no, it's on NBC. No, it's on Prime. Oh, no Breen double bang. But Ian Eagle will do the job.
I do have some unfortunate news. I will be tuning in to Sixers Wizards shortly after this. The Wizards have scored 40 points in the first quarter, and they were up 8 on the Philadelphia 76ers.
I'm
Yeah,
running, not walking to my league pass.
We're good.
After this,
Joel's cooking on one side of the ball.
the one that matters, which
Yep.
is the game is about a bucket. Defense does not win championships. That's a fake.
Hey, we're plus 5. We're plus 5.
Okay. Trey Johnson, baby, plus 13 in 6 minutes. All right. We will be back later this week. Patreon episode. I'll be streaming Friday for both League Pass, NBA Cup, Sixers. Chiodo will be at the game. Anything else you guys want to say before we get out of here?
This is it. This is the year for the cup. I mean, it's setting up perfectly for us. It really is. This is our year.
This is the best year of the cup I can remember. I had so many plot lines, so many threads. I mean, this is the year that everyone realizes what the cup is about.
Yep. I have chills all over my body just thinking about it. By the way, Alex Sarr, go to hell. All right. Peace.
Sixers will win this game.